Welcome on board the Royal Caribbean Utopia of the Seas, the newest, but not the biggest, cruise ship from this popular cruise line. Today I'm going to show you all around the cabin here, show you some things I like and surprisingly don't like, and I'm looking forward to hear what you have to say about it too. I'm Morgan from the very unofficial travel guides. I've been making travel videos now for over 15 years of popular and not so popular tourist destinations to give you a very honest, unofficial look at what it's like to be there, and I also wrote a little book called Getting Stitches on a Cruise Ship. It's available on Amazon now. Now let's take a look at this cabin.
This is the curb appeal. This is the view that you get when you enter the room, your first impression. What do you think so far? Do you notice anything? Or let me say, do you notice anything kind of missing? I'm staying here with my friend Jessie. She is sleeping in the main bed and I have the sofa over there. So I'm not talking about that. That is actually a sofa, but now it's my bed. And this is kind of a nice setup for two people who are not sharing a bed together. We did have them just separate the beds in the beginning, but they weren't really far apart. So we decided to do this instead. And I have to say, the sofa is probably a little bit firm, but it is brand new. Who knows, maybe I'm even the first person to sleep on this sofa at all. I think this is only the 4th or 5th week that this ship has been in service. So it's not like there's been a ton of people in here. And yeah, it is possible that nobody has slept on that sofa so far, except for moi. All right, I want to talk about this situation here. For me, it seems like something is missing here. When you compare this to other Royal Caribbean ships, usually there's a long counter space that goes all the way to this corner. The mirror takes up a large part of that wall, and then there's cubbies and other places to put things. And this just seems like, where's the rest of it? It seems to me like something is missing here, or like, I don't know, they didn't get all the parts, and so instead of putting the whole wall here like you usually have, it's just a mirror. One welcome addition to the cabin is these like hangy things. I don't want to call them hooks because they're not hooks, but you can hang things on here. You have to kind of be careful that you don't hang anything that's so long that you're going to trip on it. So if you're getting out of the bed in the night and it's dark, we've already knocked stuff down here in the middle of the night, and yeah, you could trip on it. And of course, one of the most popular activities for getting up in the middle of the night is having to go to the bathroom. So let's check it out. As you can see, it is Morgan approved. It is a full door, but this is something that's also weird compared to other Royal Caribbean cabins. Even on other Oasis class ships, the bathroom's kind of set back there, and it's at a different angle than I've ever seen on any other Royal Caribbean ship. Here's what we're looking at. Compared to the Brilliance of the Seas, which is the last Royal Caribbean ship I've been on, this shower is probably, I want to say, 70% bigger than the one on the Brilliance of the Seas, and Brilliance had a shower curtain. This has a shower cabin. Also, compared to other Royal Caribbean and other ships I've been on, there's only these little shelves on one side of the mirror and the other side is nothing. So there's a little bit, I want to say, less space than usual here, but we're making it work and it's definitely adequate. As I'm walking out to the balcony, let me just remind you to please subscribe if you haven't done it already. I have several cabin tours on my channel and there will be many more to come. So yeah, do me a favor, press subscribe, press thumbs up, and check back soon. This is our balcony. It seems a little bit deeper than a standard balcony. There's something else on the balcony that I'm going to tell you more about in a different video, and that is this. Like I said, check back soon. I'm going to talk about it. And this table that we have out there, I definitely have not seen a table like this on any other Royal Caribbean ship I've been on, and I like it. Sometimes you just have a really small sort of square end table, and sometimes you have a higher table like this height, but it's also square. I kind of like having it round, and I definitely like having a higher table in comparison to having the lower table. If closet space is important to you, maybe you're going to be on a longer cruise or back-to-back, there is plenty of space, in my opinion. 2 full drawers here. This closet has a smaller hanging space and several cubbies. The closet over here is just hanging space, but space for shoes and suitcases. And then here you have the 5 drawers. This is a mini fridge or cooler, however you want to call it. And there you go. As somebody who gets a lot of work done on cruise ships, I really appreciate the plethora of power charging possibilities under here. And also, the lamps on both sides of the bed also have a plug. And what is this? Is this USB-C or micro USB? I'm sorry, I don't know what that's called because I do not yet have a device that needs that. Oh, speaking of lights, here's something that I also don't quite understand. You can see here on the ceiling, we have 1, 2, 3 lights from the back up to the front here, and then above the sofa or my bed, there's also another light. Those lights are all on one switch. You either turn them all on or all off, and the only other light or lights besides these little lamps next to the bed is the mirror. So yeah, it's kind of weird. It's either like super bright in the room or kind of dull because this mirror, the light is kind of like a mood lighting in a way. I don't know, it's just different. So what do you think? If you have cruised with many other Royal Caribbean ships, how do you think this compares? Of course, it's totally adequate. I'm not complaining that I get to be here on this cruise ship. Not about that. But when we compare this to other modern cruise ships and other modern Royal Caribbean cruise ships, I just feel like it seems like they were on sort of saving mode when they produced these cabin designs. There will be a lot more videos coming from this series, including a comparison of this ship to some of the other Oasis class ships, talking about what's where and what's different. I've already told you about how we used the parking garage to park our rental car for this short cruise, which ended up being more or less expensive than taking some kind of shuttle transportation over here and back from the Orlando airport. I'll be telling you about some cabins that I think you definitely should not book on this ship.
But I want to go on a cruise, Morgan. Why shouldn't I book the cabin?
Well, make sure you're subscribed and check back soon to find out. I'm Morgan from the Very Unofficial Travel Guides. See you then.